Super Crooks. Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here, and it's Sunday night, sitting back, reading comic books, and thought I'd talk about some of the books I picked up this week, what the daily haul is, what I'm reading, all that kind of good stuff. So, one thing, before I get started in that, have you ever had like a stack of comics that have been sitting around forever, and you're like, oh, I need to bag those, and you actually go buy the bags, and you buy the boards, and you still don't bag them, and they're there for like a year, literally? Does anybody do that? I do that. And I was going through, so I was moving some books, restacking them, and I found a comic book I did not read. Actually, a couple of them, but one in specific I thought was interesting. So it's like a little surprise that you found. Remember this? Dun dun dun. The relaunch of The Mighty Thor, #1. And it's the incentive color, where you can take it and have your artist draw on it, all that kind of stuff. And it's a pretty good book. It's way back the whole, I think, the Fear Itself kind of thing. This is the Galacticide, the Silence book. Very cool cover of, or a picture of Silver Surfer here. That is awesome. Very cool. And so this is from literally, I think, April of last year. April, May, something like that. So this book's been around for a second, and I just found it, and very good stuff. And then we have another really cool picture of the surfer. First he was at the dead world, and now he's coming up on a new world. So it's kind of nice. Very well done. Very symmetrical. We've got the Eden world at the beginning, and then looks like Earth here at the end. Very cool, very nice. So kind of a nice little, oh hey, yeah, I forgot about that. And sat down and read that. That was pretty awesome. You don't get that to happen very often. Apparently once a year, right? Oh, what else are we reading this week? The Continued Adventures of Atomic Robo and Real Science Adventures #2. I think this is a 6-issue series. So, always a good read. If you've not ever read Atomic Robo, this is something you must read. It's good stuff. And they had a really good free comic book day book. That was pretty good. Let's see what else. Saga. This is, again, a freaking outstanding book. This is issue #3. I'm not sure how many issues this is actually going to be. It doesn't say. So, but this is chapter 3. Very good stuff. If you have not read this, you need to pick this up. Try to find the first 2 issues if you can. Otherwise, wait till it comes out in trade and pick it up immediately. It's $2.99. There are no advertisements at all in the book, which is fantastic. So, Image Comics. Welcome back, Image, to good story writing. Love it. Great story. If you haven't read it, it's basically 2 aliens from different warring factions have a baby. They're trying to run and hide, and they're going through the adventures of that. And it's all narrated, actually, by the baby, which is pretty good. So, 3 books I really want to talk about. These are my this week's must-reads. One of them, I think, just came out. The other 2 are a little bit older, I think. I know this one is. I'll talk about that one first, which is Justice League Dark. Love this book. Love the concept. I knew it had come out a while ago, and I knew the premise a long time ago, and knew it was coming. I thought it was a great idea. Basically, everything that's evil and dark and magical that Superman and the regular Justice Leaguers can't really deal with gets thrown to the Justice League Dark, which is composed of, let's see here, who do we have? We've got John Constantine, we've got Zatanna, we've got Deadman, who's that, Xanadu. We just got some really good characters going on in here, and it's basically, like I said, things the regular Justice League aren't necessarily going to go after. I need to pick the other books up that are out. This is a fantastic little read. The Constantine bits are really, really good. Batman's kind of funny. I still don't like the new Superman, and I know they are essentially... I'll find a good picture of it here. Basically, they're trying to, and this has been going on in all the Superman books, they're trying to align it to that new movie that's coming out, and even down to like the stuff on the forearms. And just not a fan. I don't like it. It's too different. It looks too Earth 2 or something. I don't know, Earth Prime. It goes away because you know it'll happen. But all in all,
very good book. Enchantress, all this kind of good stuff. Absolutely. If you like Constantine, if you like Deadman, if you like Zatanna and all the kind of dark witchy kind of stuff, you're gonna like this book. It's absolutely a lot of fun if you're into that kind of stuff, and it's different from the mainstream, I guess. And it's just another group of eclectic characters thrown together that really don't fit any other group, and I think that's why I like this book a lot. So I'm looking forward to more issues of this. So Justice League Dark, very good stuff. The next book is Wolverine Deadpool, The Decoy. This is a one-shot, and I love one-shots, especially Marvel one-shots. They tend to do more one-shots than anybody else, and I like them because it's one solid story from start to stop. I don't have to collect like 15 different issues and that kind of stuff. So always a fan of the one-shot. Basically, this book is pretty good. It's an entertaining read. The artwork's interesting. Let's see. Let's get a shot with Wolverine. Wolverine's got the little tiny... He's got a little bitty mask going on in this one. It's interesting artwork, to say the least, which I don't mind. It's really more Deadpool style, and actually I would say this is really more of a Deadpool book than Wolverine, and Wolverine got top billing on it. But I'm going to tell you it's a Deadpool story. Basically, this robot is from the Shi'ar Empire, and the Phoenix, Jean Grey, had a hit put out on her, and this robot like comes to Earth looking for her, even though she's dead in this timeline. And it's not going to stop till it finds her, so he hooks up with Deadpool, and they have to stop this robot. Then they end up dressing Deadpool up in one of Jean Grey's outfits as a decoy. So kind of Bugs Bunny style comedy there. And all in all, really good, very witty, well written, good stuff. And the bonus is there in the back of the book is another comic. So it's actually two comic books in one, and it's a Deadpool story, a flat out Deadpool story, except this is awesome. You get the Great Lakes Avengers, or Initiative, or whatever you want to call them. I think they're going by the Great Lakes Initiative now. But the Great Lakes Avengers in the book, which is absolutely hysterical. If you don't know who they are a really horribly low-budget superhero team with Doorman, who can walk through things. There's Squirrel Girl, who can talk to squirrels. There's Flat Man, who's just, well, flat. Mr. Immortal, or, yeah. He basically, you kill him, he comes back to life. Big Bertha, who's kind of like the Blob, a female version of the Blob, except she can, like, get fatter. Very interesting. And then there's Tiptoe the Squirrel, who's, well, a squirrel. Just flat out a squirrel. So, I mean, they're just a bunch of little losers is what they are, and they end up becoming the Great Lakes Avengers, or Initiative now, as they're calling them.
And there's some really great lines in this regarding them. They're like talking about how they're scared to death when they all come in. Deadpool's like, "Oh yeah, my reputation precedes me." And like, no, they're talking about Squirrel Girl, and they actually, and this is true. She's sort of beaten MODOK, Doctor Doom, and Thanos single-handedly, and that actually did happen. And because, oh come on, these stories can't actually count in continuity. Doom talking to the fourth wall kind of thing. Just a great little storyline. And you know, Dr. Tannenbaum even makes an appearance in here, which is their big arch enemy kind of thing. And it was really nice to see these characters come around in the story. Totally surprised. Did not expect to see them at all. I didn't flip to the back of the book. I only flipped in a few pages up front when I first got the thing. I'm like, oh, okay, Deadpool and Wolverine. And that was a good story. And I'm like, yeah. And then at the end, I thought it was an advertisement for another book. And then I started reading it. I'm like, oh no, this is another story. And hilarious, fantastic. So if you're a Deadpool fan, you'll want to pick it up. Wolverine fan, you'll like it. If you are a Great Lakes Avengers fan, they actually come back in a story. So very nice. Again, that's that whole underground misfit superheroes ragtag team kind of thing. I think that's why I like that so much. So good stuff. We like that. The last book I want to talk about, actually I have 2 issues of this. This is issue 1. It's called Super Crooks. It's a new Mark Millar book, and this has been out for a few weeks too, several weeks. I just happened to pick it up. I was looking for stuff to read, not last week, but the week before, and I actually picked it up and read it last week. And this book, it's a good book. This is a good read. What this book is about is essentially all the supervillains are like, why do we keep robbing the same place over and over? Why do we keep, operating in New York City? That's where all the superheroes are at. And they're like, let's go someplace we can actually win. So they decide to get together, and there's a reason they decide to do this. I'm not going to go into that, so you can read it and find that out. And they all get together and decide that they're going to go somewhere that doesn't have superheroes. That way they can win. And the story starts unfolding. There's a plot that goes on involving them and involving the heroes that do exist, and the politics and corruption of the heroes and the judicial system and the whole thing like that, which is very nice. It's very well done. It's very, very well written. And it's one of those, yeah, duh. Why do you, everything happens in New York City. Why not go somewhere else? So that's what they decided to do in this book. Very good, excellent read. Probably one of my more favorite books of his since Kick-Ass, the first Kick-Ass. And just outstanding book. He's done some good stuff. I think, yeah, this is probably, well, actually, I think I like 1985 better than I do Kick-Ass. And they got a list of some of the other books that he's done. If you've not read a lot of Mark Millar stuff, he does some really awesome things. Of course, Kick-Ass is there at the top. He's done Wanted, and he's done some X-Men books. But 1985, if you've not read that, go pick that up in a graphic novel form. That is a fantastic book. It's basically what if the comic books were coming out of the comics and coming into real life, and it's set in the year 1985. So very good stuff. Really like that book too. But Super Crooks, definitely want to pick up. 2 issues are out now. I think issue 3 comes out pretty soon. So very good storyline, very good writing. Artwork's pretty interesting. I like it. It's kind of dreary and flat. So Mark Millar, you can't go wrong with him. And that's about it for this week in comics. Thanks for watching, and take a look out for other videos, and be sure to visit your local comic book shop and promote the business. Thanks, guys. I'll catch you later.